still am expecting Solana to reach a minimum of $750, guys. Massive Solana and Bonk news that, if played right, can turn you into a millionaire. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before we start the video, please do me a huge favor. Please like, comment below. We are very close here to 1,000 subs. All it takes is for you to press the free button below, subscribe, and help me out. Let's start. Alright, let's stop wasting time. No guys, it was not clickbait here. With the right amount of funds and with the right place between Bonk and Solana, you can of course become a millionaire this cycle here. Not financial advice. Before we get to that, of course, let's cover some important Solana and Bonk data points that are important to take a look at here. Solana TVL reaching $2.42 billion. Super impressive. But more importantly here, guys, this is the first time in 20 months here. So it shows the TVL is recovering here. Seemingly every week we are reaching a new all-time high in TVL. And it shows you the trust is back in the ecosystem. And if it shows you anything, we are on the right way here to reach minimum the prior all-time high of Solana, which was around $250. We are on the right track to do that. It is amazing that the Solana price is going higher, inclusion that the market cap is going higher. But more importantly, guys, this super bullish here that the TVL is also recovering here. If this tells you one thing, it is that you should use some of your funds here, not all of your Solana, some of your Solana, to dabble into the Solana DeFi ecosystem. Why? Because you can farm airdrops, guys. Don't miss out on airdrops. It's a great way to DCA into the market, receive free airdrops, and convert those airdrops into the market, Solana, etc. And you can simply earn crazy yield on some of those things. So make use of the Solana DeFi space. I wouldn't miss out on that. The upside potential in the DeFi space on Solana is simply amazing here. So I personally am expecting a crazy Solana DeFi summer here. So $2.24 billion, super bullish for Solana. Next thing up is one of the most important charts you should always have an eye on here, especially if you hold Solana. And this is here the comparison between Solana and ETH. If you take a look at it, very similar market structure here. Last cycle here, ETH had this consolidation phase at around $300, let's say, and then it had this parabolic move here all the way up to around $4,000 and higher here. And it's especially at the end here where retail came in and pushed the price even higher. Looking at Solana here at the current market cycle, we have this consolidation phase currently, which is super important, guys. Take a look at this phase. This will be the last phase to load up on Solana before we go to prices where it's too expensive. Pretty simple. This is the last accumulation zone for Solana here before we shoot to new highs. Keep that in mind, guys. Of course, it's not the best time to buy. The best time was where max fear was around. But maybe we'll retest the trend line. Who knows where we go from here? But all I can tell you here, this bubble here is the last accumulation phase here before we go to the crazy mania phase, parabolic phase. Now looking at the upside potential for Solana here, most people are expecting the all-time highs at this point, but not many people are expecting Solana to reach that $700 or $1,000 mark. I actually think it is definitely possible, especially if you compare it to ETH here in the last cycle. It shows you once retail is here, okay, once retail mania is here, those last buyers here can push the prices to crazy numbers here. So I personally still am expecting Solana to reach a minimum of $750, guys, believe it or not. I will not sell earlier here. I will take profits earlier, most probably, but I will always have a decent sized bag here to sell at the $600, $700, maybe even $1,000 mark. So yes, it is possible. Most people don't think it's possible, but this is completely fine, guys. This is how the markets work. It is always a play between disbelief, being bullish, and being bearish here, okay? And this is why I want to show you this last chart here. 1 year ago, guys, Solana was at $20, guys. $20. Nobody was expecting Solana to be at $114 by February. Nobody, guys. And this simply shows you guys when fear is around or when PTSD from prior cycles is around, hope slowly dies, and this is usually where we pump to crazy new highs. Okay, so last year people would have killed for a $140 Solana, and now look where we're at. So I think here in the next 6 to 12 months, Solana will have absolutely extraordinary gains. So not financial advice, of course. Now, if a 10x from Solana is not enough for you, this is where Bonk enters the chat, guys. And a couple weeks ago, the Bonk hype slowly died out here. we're minus 70% or even more than minus 70% from the top. And this is where I told my community here in the YouTube community section to slowly start dabbling into the Bonk token again. Because the thesis still stands, guys. If Solana does great, Bonk will absolutely thrive here in this market cycle. So what happened here in the meantime? First of all, Bonk started to rally again. Why? Because the second airdrop got announced. And more importantly, guys, this happened right here. And keep in mind, guys, this is, again, the so-called meme coin Bonk having a partnership here with Revolut. Okay, so European banking fintech Revolut app plans to list Solana meme coin Bonk and to run a 93 billion Bonk, so 1.2 million in Bonk campaign to incentivize its users to learn about the token, guys. So who would have thought here, guys? Who would have thought Revolut and Bonk to have a collab? Nobody, guys. And this simply shows you here again, Bonk is simply not a meme token. It is a community layer of crypto, and it is simply just fun. And more importantly, it has a lot of upside potential. Period, guys. At the end of the day, guys, monetary incentive matters, and this is where meme coins come to play. And as I believe, Bonk will perform better than most people think here. Okay, so most people think Bonk had its run and it's it, and are searching for the next meme coin. And of course, while there are more meme coins on the horizon, no question about that, Bonk will do absolutely great here. And this is why I want to remind you here, Bonk, if Bonk reaches the all-time high of SHIB in the last cycle, this is a 50x from here. Okay, so 50x on a meme coin, comparing it to SHIB, of course. Does it have to happen? Absolutely not, guys. It's all speculation, but there's no reason for it not to happen. At least Bonk has some utility, guys, and Bonk is simply Solana on steroids here. So reach SHIB's all-time high here, again, is a 50x. And if you want to compare it to Dogecoin here, guys, to reach the all-time high of Doge here, it is still a 100x from here. Now, does it have to happen? No. But what I want to show you here, guys, is, again, the mania phase does something to the market that is absolutely unbelievable. Okay, so I don't want to hype you up completely here. Always keep in mind, guys, there is massive risk with those meme tokens and in crypto in general. But I also want to highlight the upside potential here, and I especially want to highlight mania phases of cycle, because those phases here, most people don't keep in consideration here. And if you look at the statistics here, retail is not even here, guys. It is institutional money buying the market, and it is the OGs and whales from last cycles buying and exchanges buying here. Retail is not even here yet, and retail will help us to reach those crazy high valuations. Pretty simple. Now, of course, one benefit on holding Bonk here is the continuous airdrops here. The second airdrop, guys, is on its way here, guys. All you have to do is to lock 1 million Bonk here. Now, for 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, I wouldn't advise you to lock it for 6 months, guys. Nobody knows where the market is heading here 6 months from now. I personally locked my Bonk for 3 months. All you have to do here, you lock your Bonk, and then on the February 20th, we will receive our Bonk Dragon, and that Bonk Dragon here is most probably gonna be the second round of airdrop. So pretty simple, and one benefit here on holding Bonk, continuous airdrops, guys. And as I said here, airdrops are one of the best ways to DCA into decent projects. Okay, so if I receive this airdrop here, just like my last airdrop, my last Bonk airdrop of around $1,300 straight into Solana, for example. So one great way to DCA, don't miss out on airdrops here. All right, guys, last but not least here, I also want to cover SUI here. If the only thing you care about is upside potential, I would keep an eye on SUI. I covered it in my last video, and some people want to see more SUI metrics here. And surprisingly here, the TVL keeps increasing at a very interesting pace on SUI here. In the last video, we had $500 million in TVL, currently actually over $600 million. So for its market cap, super impressive. And the speed of acceleration here is even more bullish. So the metrics speak for themselves. As I always say, don't marry your coins. Don't fall in love with one ecosystem and ignore the other. If I see upside potential, I jump on the bandwagon and of course reap benefits here. Okay. Next thing up here is the volume from Ethereum via wormhole here, going into different ecosystems here. And as you can clearly see here, guys, SUI is the biggest part of that, and then followed by Solana. Does it mean I'm more bullish on SUI than on Solana? Absolutely not, guys. This is not what this is about, but I simply see the upside potential on SUI. And as I said here, the narrative is right, guys. Most people missed out on Solana. This is just simply facts. And now the Solana killer narrative is slowly building up, as I said in my last video. And this is where SUI comes into play. And clearly here, this data shows that. So jump on that wagon before you are too late. not with your biggest position here. I'm not telling you to make SUI your biggest position. Solana by far is a much bigger position in my portfolio than SUI. But for me personally, I definitely have a SUI position currently, and that position actually is growing to be a decent size right now because simply the price action on SUI has been super bullish in the last couple of weeks. So just my 2 cents on SUI, still bullish on it. The metrics speak for themselves. The DeFi space is slowly evolving. Many airdrops on the horizon. The community is building here in the background. You can check it out on Twitter. The SUI community is actually growing day by day. And the team by itself is actually super impressive. So coming to the end of the video, guys, yes, I'm super bullish. Yes, I'm hyping the numbers up. But always keep in mind, we always can have a massive correction to the downside. And we can always be massively wrong, guys. There's black swan events and prior cycles don't dictate the future performance. So don't fall into the trap. Overall, of course, many things speak for a parabolic cycle this year or early next year. So of course, we don't have to be super negative and we also shouldn't be super positive. So always keep that risk in mind. I'm not here to hype you up for no reason. This is simply what I'm doing, okay? At the end of the day, guys, always do your own research. Very important. Be bullish on yourself. That at the end of the day yields the most returns. And the most important thing is don't get wrecked.
This is God given, not from blue tops like Mars Simpson. Just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan, watching the plan form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head. Late nights, no sleep in my bed, trying to see my dreams manifest. Look at that, now look at that, we nice. Put the past on ice.